Midnight, October 15th, the Mullen Center, and the dream begins with great expectations. But there's no way to foresee the incredible road ahead. Bring it on! The mission gets underway at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The opponent, #1 ranked Kentucky. The Minutemen make an early statement to the Wildcats and the entire country for that matter. Marcus Camby scores 32 points and they cruise to a 10-point win. Up next, 19th ranked Maryland in Landover. The Minutemen trail by 16 in the first half, but the comeback is on in the second, and the Minutemen walk away with a 3-point victory. They return to Amherst 3-0. Wake Forest is in, but there's big talk around the country. Big as in Camby and Duncan. The brand new Fleet Center in Boston hosts its first college basketball game, and it was only fitting that UMass and Boston College do the honors.
There's interest in this pass. Dingle's not going to lie. Right to the bucket. Fouled by
At 6-0, they're off to the Meadowlands for the Jimmy B Classic. There, they meet the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech.
Dreams come true in Hawaii.
Then it's on to Honolulu as the #1 team in America. From the mainland to the islands, the Minutemen are establishing themselves as a force in college basketball. They return home and continue to take on all comers, including 3rd-ranked Memphis at the Worcester Central. January 6th, the Minutemen open their Atlantic 10 schedule at the Mullen Center versus the Dayton Flyers. Next up, St. Joseph's on the road, and while the Hawks nearly pull off the upset, UMass, backed by a 34-point effort by Marcus Camby, wins in overtime. January 14th, Olean, New York. And despite all the early accomplishments, there is only one concern.
The National Player of the Year candidate, Marcus Camby, went down.
While the Minutemen keep a watchful eye on their friend and teammate, they continue to press on. January 27th, Marcus returns and picks up where he left off. He leads his team to a 25-point win over the Bonnies, and the good times return to Amherst. Now 19-0, the UMass freight train rolls into Philadelphia.
Here comes Padilla. Nice pass. Travieso.
A major test for the Minutemen in Cincinnati. The Musketeers of Xavier bring them to overtime, but once again, it's UMass. From there, the mission continues. One by one, opponents continue to challenge and fall. On February 24th, the Colonials of George Washington accomplished what no team to this point had been able to do, which is to beat the Minutemen for the first time this season. Final game of the regular season in Louisville, Kentucky. It happens in a frenzied Freedom Hall. March Madness begins with the Atlantic 10 tournament in Philadelphia, and the Minutemen take care of business. With 5 consecutive Atlantic 10 tournament championships in hand, it's on to the big dance. First stop, just up the road in Providence. What began as a dream of going to the Final Four in November had become reality in March. This was the first Final Four appearance in school history. The Minutemen never gave in to the Wildcats and have much to be proud of. This is a special group of players who gave us an incredible season to remember. They are the best. There's no question about that. On the court and off. Terrific individuals. Stay with us. We'll be right back.